Being set up for that. Today, obviously, the Nashville Predators are very happy to announce officially that we've signed Ryan Ellis to a 8-year extension. That will be 9 years in total because he's got one more year left. That'll take us through year 26-27. I haven't made any plans for 26-27, but Ryan Ellis will be here. That's fantastic. That's a huge signing for our organization. And it allows us to continue to compete for the Stanley Cup for years to come. You know, we talked a lot about, since the season ended, is trying to keep our core together because we really believe we have a competitive team right now, and keeping a player like Ryan here long-term obviously really helps us reach that goal. It is a proud moment for the franchise because Ryan's desire to commit to Nashville and for our team to commit to he and his family I think are an example of what we want to be as an organization, both on and off the ice. This commitment for us wanting Ryan to be a member of our team long-term and for Ryan wanting to stay in Nashville long-term, I think really does give us that chance to compete for the Stanley Cup. And in my opinion, that was the overriding reason why we got this deal done. In our contract negotiation conversations, it became very clear to me that, you know, despite the differences that you have, that Ryan and Kate wanted to be here in Nashville for hopefully his entire career, and that's something that I think is very exciting. I think Ryan does, and in this day and age, that's not often that the player gets a chance to maybe play his whole career in one city, and that's hopefully I'll do everything, and I know Ryan will do everything to try to make that happen. We drafted Ryan way back in '09, and he's now just finished his 7th season playing for our team, and I think he knows as well as anybody firsthand how good of a hockey town Nashville has become, and how great our fans are, and our sold-out building, and just the passion that everybody has for our team right now. And I think, speaking for myself, it certainly feels right that Ryan's going to be here long-term, and I think probably in his remarks I would hope and expect that he'd probably say the same thing, that this feels like home for he and Kate. Ryan is a huge part of our team, a huge part of our leadership group. I mean, last year I think we showed great confidence in him in terms of naming him associate captain last summer, and I think he proved to us with his play how valuable he is, not only on our team on the ice but off the ice. He's a respected voice in our locker room, combined with his great play. I think we're very fortunate to have him for the foreseeable future, or beyond what I think is a foreseeable future. Last year was your best year. I think highs and assists, plus minus. Just looking at this, you were the highest plus minus defenseman in our team history last year, and you have that knack for doing those clutch plays. You scored 7 goals when we were either trailing or the game was tied. So you've played a total of 396 games for the Predators. Your 6th highest in points by defenseman in our team history, and I think we'd all agree as you're one of our top playoff performers. So last week you were named as one of the 20 best defensemen in the National Hockey League by the NHL Network, and I think we'd all agree that Ryan fits in perfectly with our defense core with Roman Josi, PK, and Matthias Ekholm. So I know, as I told you this morning, when I watched you play junior, and I'll tell this to anybody, I thought Ryan's perhaps the best juniors I've ever seen play, and I've seen lots of players play over my time, but he was a special player. We had that feeling when we drafted you in '09, and here we are 9 years later. I'm very proud that you're still an important member of this franchise, and you will be for years to come. So congratulations, Ryan.
Well, David didn't really say much for me to say, but no, this is an extremely exciting time for not only me, but my family and the entire organization. And going through this process, it's nobody really wants to go through negotiation, but I knew in the back of my head that something was going to get done, and I was going to be in Nashville, and it never crossed my mind that anything else or to go anywhere else. And it's an exciting time in Nashville right now. We have an unbelievable team, and I'm talking with David this morning. We've been building something the last couple of years, and it's snowballing into something bigger and bigger every year. And we're really hoping this year is the year, and if not, we can keep doing it every year. And that's the one thing that really excited me, is this team's going to compete for a long time, and I wanted to be a part of that. And after having my hand in building part of it, I wanted to continue and stay here, especially long term. My family loves it. I just got married, and she was probably twisting my arm more than myself to get signed here, and we absolutely love it. And there was no other place that we wanted to be. So that being said, we are extremely excited to be here for like you said, the foreseeable future and into 2027. So. I mean, I'm getting paid more than enough to play hockey, and I'm very excited to be able to do that for a long time. And it was just about coming across a fair deal and what worked for both sides. And we have other guys that, need to be re-upped and need to be signed in the future. And I had to do my part to keep this thing going in the right direction. And if we can keep everyone here and keep the core together, I think we can compete for a Stanley Cup for the next 10 years at least. And I mean, that's bold to say, but I think we believe a lot in the people that we have in our room and in our coach, our GM, our entire organization. And I just really wanted to be a part of it.
Ryan, what do you think it is specifically about this group that makes guys like yourself and Johansson and Philip want to commit long-term to this group?
Well, I think it starts with the city, the fans, the organization, the lifestyle here. It suits hockey players. I think you see a lot of hockey players that are, quiet, humble, and just kind of want to fit in. And I think that's a lot of our team, and Nashville's the perfect place to do that. So I think it starts there, and then you get to the rink every day, and the way this team operates, and the success we've had recently, and even in the past, that that something great is coming, and it's coming soon, and everyone wants to win. I think if you ask anyone in our locker room what's the end-all goal at the end of your hockey career, and it's to be a Stanley Cup champion, and I think this is the place that we have the best opportunity to do that. Well, I wasn't on the phone call, so I'm sure my side was probably saying a lot of them, and that's probably where he might have got a couple of them from. But
I've been saving them. I had them all in my head, but I've been saving them, yes.
No, it was a good process. Like I said, no hockey player, no athlete ever wants to go through those negotiations. They ultimately just want to go out and play, and I'm happy that it's over, and we're both excited, and it's going to be a great season, and hopefully we have a lot of great ones after that too.
Dave, how have you been able to balance trying to win now, keeping your focus there, but also looking out for the team, 4 or 5 years down the road?
Well, that's our job. I mean, that's the puzzle that you're given when you're putting together a team in this day and age, and with the salary cap and other factors. And again, I got really good people that work with me, for me, and from the drafting to helping negotiate, strategic planning, all those things. And it's not without risk. I think everything that we do is somewhat of a gamble. I mean, again, you sign Ryan to 8 years, Ryan Johansson to 8 years. I mean, you're really counting on these guys to be good players not only today but for a long time. And then you factor in the money that you're paying them, and I have, like I say, I sort of have two things I always look at it on a daily basis. This upcoming year, which I try to focus on the most, but then I have a 3 to 5 year plan of what has to go in here, and you're always, making some kind of, guessing what kind of a player this guy's going to turn out with, and if maybe that's a chance to negotiate early, or who's going to turn over in your team, et cetera, and you're always adding up the dollars in anticipation of what you think the cap's going to be, and it's somewhat difficult. And you've seen some teams that have had some really good success in this league, and then they get into cap problems, and it's a little bit of a mess. So I like the fact right now that we're in a good spot. Our age is good. Most of our core is signed. It just feels like a good spot, but it is a little bit of a juggling act on a daily, yearly basis.
Ryan, when David had his presser interview, he talked about how many
Well, I think it speaks to, one, how much the guys love it, not only in the organization, but love it here. And I think we knew we had the team to do it. I think we came so close last year. We added some great pieces, and I mean, it came down to a battle of two titans that, you know, we didn't end up on top that time. And but we love the guys. We love the group. We see a lot of potential. I think you can see it with how many banners we've put up in the last 2 years in our rink, and it's an exciting time to be part of this team. And I think the love and passion that each guy has for one another, as well as the game, that it excites us to come to the rink every day. And we were all kind of collectively saying that, you know, we hope nothing changes and we can continue to do this because we think we're that close.
With saying that, how has this offseason been, you know, coming off of that playoff run, and then obviously waiting on the but how has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been a good offseason. Last year with the injury that I had, it didn't really allow me to have the best offseason, and as far as training and this and that went, so it was more rehab, which no one wants to go through. So this offseason's been a lot more fun. Just kind of getting back to, it's the first time I ran in 2 years, and that was exciting. I mean, no one likes to run, but that was exciting for me that, you know, I could run again, and I feel great. Everything's came back just even better than before, and so I'm really excited about how the off season went, and I think we're all kind of getting ready, and we want to get back into camp and start this thing again because, like I said, it's an exciting time to be here, and we want to get it going.
David, you've never been the biggest guy or the fastest guy, but you've always been able to play hockey. From an evaluator standpoint, is he a valuable lesson for you guys in that sometimes it's okay just to take a guy who's really good at hockey?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, I'm sure Ryan's size has come up once or twice during his time as he's moved up the ladder, but even starting with us, I mean, you put him in certain situations and you wonder whether he can handle other situations, and now he's a player that plays big minutes every night. He plays in every situation, so there's nothing that he can't do. But I mean, honestly, it was probably a process to always have to, you know, prove himself probably at every level, and he's proved himself at the highest level on the biggest stage, and I don't think anybody would not say that Ryan Ellis couldn't play on my team and could not play in any situation. He is one of the top defensemen in the National Hockey League.
Any more questions for David or Ryan? Ryan, do you guys as a team ever talk about your contract and what the team could look like down the road, or are you just more focused on that particular year, that particular season?
No, I mean, there's obviously discussion like amongst us, but it's never, you know, we're not agents, we're not the people that are paying us, and we're not GMs, whatever you want to say. But yeah, we talk about it, but it's nothing. It never gets past, you know, more than a chat, and that's the good thing about our team. It doesn't matter what your role is or how much you make or what you do for the team. It's where we all really enjoy being around each other and know that each player brings something to the team and to the table, and it's just a fun time. It's a fun group to be around, and I mean, winning is the ultimate goal, and I think we all know that we have a chance.
One more last one. When you were picked, and this organization wasn't where it is today, did you ever dream that you'd get a contract like this and what you possibly spend your entire career with this team?
Well, to be honest, you know, growing up in Canada, I didn't know much about Nashville, and I knew obviously the Predators. I was a big NHL fan, and didn't know too much about not only the city but the team, and so coming in here, getting off the flight to the first development camp, you know, it was kind of a whole new horizon. You're just kind of like, wow, where am I, kind of thing, and you know, each and every year it seems to snowball and get a little more hype, a little bigger, a little more exciting, and over the last 2 years, it's really taken off, and it's fun to be a part of that and see how much it's grown, and in such a short while, and it's an amazing place to live. The people are great, the city's great, the fans are amazing, and I couldn't imagine playing anywhere else, and that's why it was so important to be able to stay here, and why it means so much to me and my family.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, everyone, for coming. We'll have more info
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right.
Lot more hair.
Hi, Pete. You've seen a lot of baseball games, I see that.